All right, man. Well, it's Christmas, and in the spirit of Christmas,
gifts.
That's what we do. Greg, I just want to say I really appreciate your hard work for everything you've done for the show.
Hey, man.
And
I really appreciate everything you do. Here you go. There. Got you something special.
I hope you like this. You really deserve. What's this right here?
I want to go first. I'm gonna go first. Okay.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
An iPad? Dude, you didn't have to do that. It's one of those flying ones, too. It's the iPad Air. All right, you go. Check out what you got.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. It's a shirt.
Did you see what was on the shirt?
No? I thought it was just a blue shirt.
No, check it out.
Don't you even think about saying.
Want to treat yourself or a friend with an awesome holiday t-shirt? Why not get the official Completionist Bears shirt? Now available at RodeoArcade.com. We also have the official Glitches with Old Man Snitches poster and That One Video Gamer stickers. You can buy the bundle that has all three included with both of our signatures as well. And for those of you who missed out last time on the Completionist t-shirt and Xbox poster, we're selling the Mega Completionist All-Stars pack, which includes 2 t-shirts, 2 posters, both signed by Gerard and myself, and a That One Video Gamer sticker. But be forewarned, those who buy the bundles, you'll have to wait a bit longer because we have to sign all the posters before they get sent out, and they won't get shipped till after the new year. Act now, as these will go away January 31st or until they sell out. The bundles last time did sell out, so be sure to act fast. Click the link right here or use the one in the description box below. Here's the new episode of Defend It! The Internet!
Your Honor?
You claim that this game is awful and should rot in hell for all of eternity!
Indeed, Your Honor. Every big media gaming company gave this video game a bad rating, and we agree.
Defend it!
Your Honor,
Are these allegations true?
I believe to be false.
Your Honor, the defendant has no case.
No case?
Objection! Defend it! PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale? Don't you mean Super Smash Mouth All-Stars pack?
Well, welcome back to Internet Court, folks. It's the same deal. You know the rules. We've done 4 of these by now, so, well, get with the program. So, what is our case today, you ask? Well, it is PlayStation All-Stars on the count of it just being a freaking ripoff of Super Smash Bros. Mr. Internet, you're gonna go first because it's literal. That's what we do.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have pretty eyes. But let's get down to the brass tacks of this situation, shall we? PlayStation All-Stars got a lot of people excited about it upon its initial announcement, but like Gerard's sexual endurance, it lasted about 3 minutes. And why is that? We all know why. Because Sony was looking for one thing. That Nintendo nostalgia and that Nintendo cash.
Objection! You know what, Your Honor? Yes, it is true. These two companies have been at war for years. But why do we have to condemn PlayStation All-Stars? It's a great game, and yet the fans condemn it. This is the exact same example as earlier this year with DMC. Yeah, fans didn't like the new look of Dante, but you know what? That doesn't change the fact that that game was still awesome. You take that back! Oh, you know it's true. You know it.
Hey. Knock it off. Internet, proceed with your point. This thing's itchy. This is itchier than it was before.
One of the key elements to a fighting game is your own ability to train up and fight one another. With a game like Smash Bros., training is incredibly important. Learning how to track your opponent and dispatch them quickly, chain grabbing, throwing items, blocking the throw, catching them, and these are just a few basic things gamers practice a lot in Smash Bros. A common complaint that people really have about PlayStation All-Stars is that the skill requirement is very low. Mashing buttons until you have enough special meter makes the game feel incredibly diluted in terms of gameplay depth. When certain items appear, the tides can turn very quickly. It makes the game favor luck more than skill, which for a, and I quote, competitive fighting game is very unacceptable. Let's not beat around the bush. This game is a direct ripoff of Super Smash Bros. Not only that, but it's a bad ripoff.
Why? Because it's a fighting game that features characters prominently from Sony's franchises, as well as a few from third-party franchises?
Yes. I mean, no. I didn't even play it. Look, let's try to understand how this game sucks when comparing it to what we all know and love. There's no health bar, and the entire death mechanic is based heavily on pulling off your super moves. It's just a beat your meat till you get your meter full and finish all over them type of game.
Wow. Really, Internet? That's low, even for yourself. Actually, no. No, that's exactly what I expect from you every time.
What are you talking about? What's wrong with... Oh god, okay. You know what? Let's call my witness for this one.
Apparently, the dumb completionist thinks that I have a dirty mind. So in order to help further explain why this game rips off Super Smash Bros. In a horrible way, I called JD Witherspoon to the Blue Elephant stand in order to further discuss his opinion. And by the way, I have pornography. You have no idea how dirty I can be. Mr. Witherspoon, how are you, sir?
Hey man, I'm alright.
Good, good. Glad to hear it. I have a question for you. In your professional opinion, why do you think PlayStation All-Stars failed to make a name for itself?
Because they stole from Mario, man. They stole from the King of Kings, alright? You didn't grow up playing PlayStation All-Stars. You grew up playing Mario, jumping, Luigi, that badass bitch Peach and Toad and
Exactly.
you know? Yeah, I don't like that. I don't think it was smart of them to take that whole genre and just try to make it their own. They don't even have a good cast.
No.
You're gonna play with Kratos? You gonna play Parappa the Rapper? You know what? I like Parappa the Rapper. You know why? Because he's black at heart. But I don't like the fact that you're gonna have a small black puppy fighting against some big ass steroid guy.
Kratos?
Yeah.
That's not. It doesn't even make any sense.
It's not real life, man. You know, now Pikachu versus Mario versus Sonic.
Kirby.
That makes sense.
Just like, yeah.
That makes sense, you know? And the kids can play it, you know? Kids can't play with Dante with his shirt off and shit. And Virgil, where's his little brother or his big brother, whatever his brother is.
Screwing goddesses on the side.
Yeah, you know, that's not, I don't like, I'm not a big fan of fucking with the kids, man, you know? The kids are up here, man. You gotta treat them with love, you know? And that's what Nintendo did. They treated them with love and they gave them a beautiful franchise that PlayStation wanted to steal. No big deal.
I love where his heart's at.
Yeah.
How can you argue with that?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Fuck PlayStation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right in the booty hole.
This is a cross-examination. You don't need me to tell you. You're gonna take a nap.
All right, let's do this. So, you gotta.
You know what, man? Shut the fuck up. Look, I don't like this game. PlayStation ain't shit, man. They stole Nintendo's idea. Iwata don't like that shit. He takes his house slippers off. PlayStation ain't nothing but some renegade ass hoe walking through your shit, stealing your food in your fridge. I don't like that, man. And you know what? You need to cut your beard, man. You can't be a professional in this court with that look. What is wrong with you? Look at this shit, man. This game is ridiculous. They got the motherfucker from Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal, man. That shit was creepy as when I was a kid. I had nightmares because of that dumbass game, okay? Now I'm a grown man who don't like clowns. Clowns. And look at this motherfucker, this fat princess bitch. She had one too many cupcakes. Did this game even get a 5-star rating, man? Fuck this shit. Kratos. Alright, I fuck with Kratos and Parappa the Rapper. Hey, man, I like him. Hey, Ratchet and Clank. That's cool.
Wait, do you like the game?
Wait, is this motherfucker sack boy? Fuck Little Big Planet, man. This shit is ridiculous. Why the fuck would you make a game like this? Don't steal my shit. kid, okay? I grew up with Mario. I'm gonna die with Mario. Luigi in the back with guns, and Peach got the motherfucking bombs on your ass. The fucking mushroom bombs, man. PlayStation. Man.
I'd like to point out to my fellow people the most incredible yet important element that stands out in regards to All-Stars and its roster. Who here is really that iconic? Let's forget the fact that Sony really lacks, ironically, the all-star factor that these characters have, and focus on the atmospheres and the villains that follow up with the roster. For one thing, there's not very many first-generation stars, and for most of the stars who are first-generation, they haven't made a memorable game in years. Parappa the Rapper, Sir Daniel, Sweet Tooth, Heihachi from Tekken, who is also a third-party character, and Spike from Ape Escape are from the first generation.
Internet, please clarify your classifications for generations, please.
Sorry, Your Honor. The generations I am referring to are the consoles that Sony has created. First generation is PS1, second is PS2, third being PS3. As I was saying, if you look at the first generation roster, it lacks a lot of punch. We all know the diversity and potential of their lineup, and look at all the opportunities they missed out on. No Crash Bandicoot, no Croc the Crocodile, no Spyro, and if you're going to go down the third party route, no Cloud or Sephiroth. Hell, we'll even take Squall or anyone from Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9. I'll even throw in Brave Fencer Musashi. Third-party first-generation support could have really been a bigger winner for this game, mostly because third-party support was embraced very successfully in the first generation. Meanwhile, if you look at second generation, we've got Jak and Daxter, Kratos, Dante from Devil May Cry, Raiden from Metal Gear Solid 2, and Ratchet and Clank. While the majority of these second-generation characters are indeed fantastic, Dante and Raiden were merely cross-promotions for the games that were currently coming out. People really wanted to play as Snake from Metal Gear Solid or the original Dante, not Raiden from Metal Gear Rising or the new form of Dante from DMC. And lastly, the rest of the cast comes from third-generation games that recently came out on PS3's console cycle.
Wrap up your point, Internet. You're starting to bore me.
TLDR, Your Honor, third-generation characters aren't nostalgic or iconic enough to be playing this game. There's not enough first-generation support, and as much as the second generation stands out, the third-party support in that line really could use improvement.
I rest my case, Your Honor. But let's let the bearded one recover from that. He's looking a little flush. Like he's seen a ghost. Or failure.
Alright, Mr. Completionist, go ahead and, do your thing. But...
Thank you, Your Honor. I find that people have a tendency to forget who or what made a game so great, especially a game that's heavily inspired by other game franchises. Superbot did a fantastic job bringing a much more technical fighter than people even realize.
One thing I have to get off my chest is that this game requires a ton of skill. PlayStation All-Stars combat system focuses greatly on risk versus reward, and nowhere near luck versus skill. Sure, from a first-time onlooker, there's a ton going on the screen, but understanding when to execute a super and when not to ends up really showing the game's wondrous potential, especially for multiplayer. So for those of you who don't understand how this game works, it works as such. Attacking your enemy and pulling off combos will grant you a special meter. Each level of meter represents one level of a special move. These special moves are how you kill your enemies. If you miss your special move, it leaves you wide open for everyone else to attack you with theirs. Now from a fighting game perspective, there's tons of techniques that can make any super avoidable, excluding the level 3 cutscenes. It's all about nailing that special, and landing it isn't necessarily easy, especially in multiplayer. And when talking about reward, there's nothing greater than pulling off a level 1 triple kill, and they have to live with their shame. While in Smash Bros. Brawl, the Smash Ball introduces that same kind of high, in All-Stars, it maintains that high-octane rush from start to finish, solidifying my argument that this game is not about luck versus skill. Now, Brawl, in fact, with the ball is more random than in PlayStation All-Stars, because in All-Stars, you have to earn your meter by fighting your way to it. The balance to All-Stars is knowing when to pull off the special and when to avoid it, all while climbing your way to the top. All-Stars does suffer from a lack of iconic characters as a whole. Yes, there's no Crash Bandicoot and characters are taken from fairly obscure titles. But you also have to think about how much of a leg up Nintendo has had over Sony in regards to something like Smash Bros. We've had Nintendo products since 1985, with very memorable icons. Hell, Nintendo even brought back the slightly obscure Mr. Game & Watch and Rob the Robot, reintroducing them as if they've never left. But if you look at Nintendo's character selection, there's one thing that encompasses the entire game: family friendliness. Sure, Star Fox is about a bunch of mercenaries in space, and Metroid is about a bounty hunter, but all of Nintendo classics are family safe. Looking at Sony's lineup, you've got characters from family friendly titles to that of the more mature genres. As nostalgic as most gamers are, there's been a huge rise of gamers that, simply put, don't play Nintendo games, let alone Sony games. And third-party titles like Devil May Cry and BioShock are available on PC, which opens up the market for non-Sony owners to experience what the company has to offer. And with that said, you mean to tell me you wouldn't buy a game because a character who hasn't been in a great game for many years is not in a game? Truth be told, I had some context over at Superbot, and while things were in the works to attain the rights to some first-party characters and third-party characters, it didn't pan out because not enough people bought the game. When it comes down to it, people weren't buying the game for the characters. Licensing rights are very expensive, and it's hard to get that third-party reach out there without hitting the right cash number. And if you want to play the whole crossover money-grabbing game, Nintendo has done the same thing in the past, putting Lucario in the game instead of Mewtwo for Smash Bros. Brawl. Nintendo thought people wouldn't identify with Mewtwo as much because Lucario was the most current and new powerful Pokemon out there.
To further prove my point, Your Honor, I would like to invite Davis from the Warp Zone to discuss the current successful roster of PlayStation All-Stars, where it could have gone potentially if Superbot did not close down, and basically anything else to make my point look more awesome than his. Davis, man,
Hey.
Great to see you.
Oh yeah, it's always good to see you.
How are the wife and kids? They're great?
Great. The wife's great. The kids, both Ralph Macchio and Sarah Palin Davis, are amazing. We're just a happy family, you know.
Still love her. So, PlayStation All-Stars, Davis, let us know what the deal is, your opinion, your thoughts. Why is it a fantastic game?
I think it's a fantastic game. It builds off of sort of that Smash Bros. Thing of having themed characters be the roster, but it's much deeper with combos, rewarding, complex fighting gameplay. The roster is awesome. They decided not just to do old characters that have been around for years, but some of the newer ones that people are playing, like Dead Space, God of War, the Uncharted series, which is awesome. And they've done a really good job of taking these characters that exist in 3D, in essentially not fighting games, and make them play well in a fighting game, but still feel like they do from their own games.
It's almost as if you're playing the game's franchises, but that aren't in the game because of how familiar everyone feels.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I think that was one of my biggest appeals to it when we first started playing together.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, hey, it was a pleasure.
Thanks.
Tell the wife I say hello.
I will tell her that.
Tell her I miss her.
I don't know what that means, but I'll pass it along and see her response.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Is that why my children are both brown?
Internet, cross-examination time. You gentle. He's a sick man.
Oh, the beard man had to bring someone with a disability to come win. Okay, alrighty, Mr. Diabetes, let's see what you got. I guess that's why they don't call it liver beaties. No further questions, Your Honor.
PlayStation All-Stars is one of the few games that is best represented by the phrase, "Don't judge a book by its cover." Seth Killian, known for his great work over at Capcom, took charge of the developmental process with Santa Monica Studios and Superbot. They worked tirelessly to perfect not only the nostalgia overload bits, but they also ensured the correct translations for characters and features. Ever played as Kratos? Kratos' combos are straight out of God of War. This really is a love letter to all Sony fans out there, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Simply saying it's a Smash Bros. Clone without trying it is exactly what I hear all the time. It's easy to bash, but not always easy to compliment. At least play it for several hours to really understand what it's trying to do. And it truly is unique. It was never trying to be Smash Brothers, it was trying to be its own series. Unfortunately, it's a game that died too young before it reached its true potential. A lot of common complaints I've also heard are in regards to the unbalanced characters. Look, at least Sony tried and patched as much as they could, unlike Brawl, which was forever stuck the way that it was on launch, and we just had to accept it. Either that, or you go back to Melee like everyone else. If you own a PlayStation 3 and a Vita, for $20 you can get this game on both platforms, and it's so worth it. I urge you all just to pick it up and give it an actual honest try for yourself. You might be surprised with what you actually find.
Well played, both of you. Now it is time for your closing statements, Mr. Internet.
PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale had a lot of great potential, but it could nowhere near match up to what Nintendo did with Smash Brothers. Its characters aren't as iconic or meaningful, it's based a lot more on luck than it is on skill, and its uncanny resemblance to Smash Brothers quickly falls short, as it doesn't compare to the hype of what it could have been.
Hold it! Did you not listen to any of the evidence that we just discussed right now? PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale has so much great to it. And how am I supposed to defend the game against someone or something that's never even played it? It's not even fair. You're not giving me a fair chance to present my case.
Oh, I'll play it. I'll play it now, so I can beat your skull into your PlayStation Vita that no one bought!
You want to go, Mr. Troll? Bring it! Bring you and all your stupid Bob tanks! Let's rock and roll!
You think you've seen trolls? I'm the Troll Master! I got you, boy!
Are you the Troll Master?
Oh, I'm the Troll
The
Master!
tree?
I got the
Tree
Troll
troll?
train, you got a ticket right here, yeah!
What's the noise
I'll
say?
get the
If it says the box, I'm gonna rip your freaking throat out.
Do you guys have any idea how rude you're being right now? I'm not gonna use the power. I'm not gonna use the power. I just want you guys to know how mean you guys are to each other. You know, apologize. Apologize to each other. Do it right now. No, to each other. Do it. Do it. Apologize now.
He started his show.
Can you like be a team player for like a second? Okay?
I think he should do it first. It's his show.
Just do it at the same time. Do it at the same time.
1, 2, 3.
Order in my courtroom!
So, what's your verdict? What do you think? You think that Super Smash Brothers, you know, it's the end all be all, and you can't have this little PlayStation buddy coming in? It's just a little cheap ripoff or something. Tell us in the comments below. And you know what? I think we're just gonna sit here. I don't want to hear them again. They're not gonna apologize. Oh wait, JD, are you coming? You're back.
That's what PlayStation can eat. A big bag of dicks. Yes, I said it. Fuck, man. If you like PlayStation, you, okay? I don't know who you are. You might be a nice person, but you like PlayStation All-Stars. Man, it's hot in this bitch. It's like I'm in hell. Like PlayStation hell right now. Cause I'm talking about this shit. It's making my breath hot. I don't like this. You know what? Let me try this motherfucker one more time. Heavenly Sword. Look, this bitch from Heavenly Sword. That bitch couldn't catch a cold. That's why her got canceled. Franchise done. We not making no female Kratoses out in this bitch. You know what? I like Heihachi Mishima. I give you that. Tekken's a good game. Who the is this Jack Skellington mother? They got Ape Escape in this bitch. Now that's racist. That's racist because I'm black and that's racist as you PlayStation. You PlayStation and you know what? You PlayStation. That's all I gotta say, man.